Assalamualaikum and greetings everyone. Today's topic is on vector valued function. Okay, before we go to vector valued function, let's make a little revision. As you know, a vector is a quantity which has magnitude and direction. The first item is standard unit vectors, and as you know, standard unit vectors are I, J and K. So I is a unit vector in a positive x direction, j is a unit vector in a positive y direction, and k is a unit vector in a positive z axis direction. So I, j and k are standard unit vector. The second item is, if you're given a vector v, then the length or the magnitude of vector v is given as this. So this is the notation that we use for magnitude of a vector. Is equal to the square root of v1 squared plus v2 squared plus v3 squared. And next is the cross and the dot product between two vectors. Let's say you're given two vectors, vector A and vector B. Then A dot B is equal to, what you do is you multiply the x component of A with x component of B. So A1 plus times B1 plus multiply the y components of A and B, so we have A2 times B2 plus the product of the z component of A and B, so plus A3 B3, and the result is a scalar. So if you take the dot product between two vectors, what you get is a scalar. Next is A cross B. So for A cross B will give you a vector as well. So this is how you obtain A cross B. And another item that you need to know is about unit vector. Before we have a standard unit vector I, j, k, but now for a unit vector, let's say you want to find a unit vector which is parallel to vector v. So what you want is a vector parallel to v, but you want its magnitude to be 1. So what you do is you take the vector v, divide by its magnitude. So that will give you a unit vector, meaning that the magnitude of this vector u will be 1, but it has the same direction as v. Okay, we will use unit vector here in finding unit tangent vector and unit normal vector later on. Okay, now if all the components of the vector are constants, then that vector is called a constant vector. This is an example of a constant vector. We have A is equal to 3i minus 2j plus 4k. As you can see, all the components are constants. Then vector A is known as a constant vector. But if let's say we introduce a parameter t, okay, or introduce another variable, let's say t. So t is known as a parameter. Then what we have is a vector valued function. Example of vector valued function is vector A here. As you can see, the x component consists of a parameter t, 3t. The y component also consists of a parameter, and the z component also consists of a parameter t. Then this vector is known as vector valued function, or in short as a vector function. In general, we can write a vector valued function as A here. Okay, so in general, as you can see, the x component consists of a function t, the y component also consists of a function t, and the z component is also consists of a function t. So this kind of vector is called vector function.